I'd like to call to order this meeting of November 19th, 2019. Would you all please stand for dedication and pledge of allegiance to the flag?
Lord, bless those who hold office in the government of our city. Help them to do their work in a spirit of wisdom, kindness, and justice, and to use their authority to serve our citizens faithfully. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Here.
Sauber?
Here.
James?
Here.
Liston?
Here.
Fox?
Here.
Noel?
Here.
Blakely?
Here.
Willard?
Here.
Hudson?
Here. You all received the meeting minutes from November 5th. Any comments or questions on those? None will stand as presented. I have a proclamation to read this evening. The proclamation of recognition. Whereas Dr. James Garstick and his wife, Kylie Garstick, were united in marriage on November 25th, 1949, and will be celebrating their 70th wedding anniversary. And whereas this marriage has been blessed with 3 sons, Jeff, Larry, and Keith, who received from their parents a happy home life and nurturing that develop good citizens and worthy adults. And whereas James and Viley are both Ohio State graduates, and James had his optometry practice in the city square for 38 years with the help of his wife, Viley. And whereas in addition to providing for their family a legacy of wit, wisdom, and love throughout the years, James has also found time to participate in many social, church, and civic organizations, some of those including a Navy veteran of World War II, 65-year member of the American Legion Benjamin Firestone Post 290, was acting treasurer of the Columbiana Street Fair for 46 years, past president of the Columbiana Booster Club, member of the Kiwanis Club, the Allen Lodge 276, and the Scottish Rite Valley of Youngstown. James was instrumental in placing a historical society marker designating a spring in Firestone Park that was near the 1810 home of Benjamin and Rachel Dixon, Hannah, daughter of Joshua Dixon, founder of Columbiana. James was selected to the Warren Harding Hall of Fame and received the Neil James Bailey Medal for exceptional service by the OSU College of Optometry. Viley has done much of for her community as well, being one of the original members of the Columbiana Charter Commission that drafted the Mayor Council Manager Plan that was adopted on November 2nd, 1971. She's one of the founding members of the first Vice President of the Columbiana Women's Club, the auxiliary member of the American Legion Benjamin Firestone Post 290, member of the Green Thumb Garden Club, and has been a Salvation Army bell ringer. Together they are members and contributors of the Columbiana Community Foundation, contributors to the Columbiana Public Library, members of the Historical Society of Columbiana and Fairfield Township, members of the Columbiana United Methodist Church, lifetime members of the Ohio State University President's Club, and they established an endowment fund for OSU optometry students. Whereas they have earned the respect of all with whom they have come into contact, and the love and affection of a host of friends and city officials, and citizens of our community are pleased to join in recognition of their achievements. Signed this day, and all signed by council. It's quite a testament to the amount of time that they have given back to our community, and it's my understanding that Doc is not doing too well, and we wanted to make sure that his family, Rick brought this to our attention to make sure him and his family were recognized for what his life of service to the community. That is great.
Yeah.
So at some point, he's too ill to make it, but we're going to go to his house and read this to him there. We don't have anyone desiring to address council this evening, so we'll move right into the management report.
Okay, so you saw in your packet that the council received recommendation from Planning Commission for a zoning code amendment for Firestone Homestead LLC to change zoning from R3 to R3 to C4, 28 acres southeast corner of 7 and 14. We put a motion on the agenda to set up public hearing for January 7th of 2020. Don't really need to discuss it much at all tonight. It's just, we can all put it on our calendars that there will be a public meeting 7:15 on that date. The first reading will be that night, and the second reading will be the next council meeting. And we'll send out the notices and everything to the contiguous property owners. Mentioned the last couple meetings, RCAP is finishing up the EPA mandated asset management study, and right now we have them coming in as that workshop here December 17th at 5:30. I don't know how that affects your mayor's court, but okay. Update on 65 Duquesne. The exterminator went out, worked throughout the neighborhood to get more solid plan together. Went a few houses up and a few houses around to give us a better plan on what they're going to be doing short term, putting the windows in and the siding on. We've been working with First Energy on one of their upgrades. They're coming into town, and we're going to be adjusting safety settings on our end to protect them. We'll also put covers on our lines when they're near them. Christmas trees up at the square. We tested it over the weekend. Joy Christmas was open, so that was nice. Actually went Joy Christmas on Saturday night, and they were packed. It was amazing. The gingerbread house, they have over 100 gingerbread houses in there, and it was, I mean, if you stood still, you were going to get knocked over. I mean, there was a lot of people in there, so it was good. And they had a hayride there that night too. Street department's been working on the snow and ice removal, performing leaf removal, filling potholes. We've been working on a well upgrade for 3 and 4 wells. We had to repair some chemical feed lines, and we did 6 seasonal water shutoffs and line draining. Wastewater department, we had a pool blower from a grit building. We sent that out to get rebuilt, as well as another pump, and we winterized portions of the plant. We're also in the process of replacing several block heaters for generators. Park and Cemetery, they did a great job of working on Christmas light displays, and they continue to work with Terra Designs. Terra Designs is coming to Restoration Beautification on Thursday with an update for them. And then, if you recall, they'll be back here. If you go to Joy Christmas and you go into pavilion number 4, you notice there's a new heating and cooling unit on the wall. It looks much like one of these units here. Electric department, they hung the Christmas lights and put up the Christmas tree. Looks very nice. It's definitely commercial grade. It's a heavy duty one, so I do appreciate. I believe that was the Community Foundation and the Chamber that donated that, and retail on that was over $13,000. So excited to get to light that up on Friday night. Don't forget, 6 p.m. However, the lights will be on Thursday night because Joy Christmas is back on Thursday night and Friday. So we've been talking about the CRA in my manager's report. I've got a couple things. You've got two graphs that were there. You've got the pre-CRA graph that shows from 2002. You can see that peak in 2005, and then it's back down to maybe 10 or 12 houses, and then post-CRA, you can see that upward trend there. So, and I think we're actually gonna do better than that because we still have over 30 days left, so we're still getting more activity. Let's see. Oh, the other one, I thought this was really interesting. the permits for this year, fills up the whole sheet, you know, and normally we get, as council, we get, you know, monthly ones. We went ahead and, you know, put it all together for you to see, but just in October, there was $1.793 million worth of, construction started, so I thought that was great.
That's amazing, actually.
So I talked about, you know, Mark and I looked at the CRA language and the Ohio Revised Code, and if council sees fit, you could let everybody know what the 2020 program is going to look like. Just kind of let everybody know, so you have permission to do that if you so choose. And what I think it'll do is it'll ease some people's minds that are kind of wondering where they're at. You know, they've maybe bought a lot and they don't know if they have to start digging this week or not. So.
Well, I'd like to make a motion to continue the great program under the existing conditions for the year 2020.
I'll second that.
Do we need to put here that it's just for next year? Well, I think by state regulations, we can only do it year to year, right?
No, I think it could be, as I had it, I think I had it worded in here somewhere. Yeah, council has the after the first year, they have the option to look at it every year. You know, I don't know that other communities look at it every.
Salem's had their programs for years. East Palestine has had their programs for years. We can always, you know, we can always make a motion at some point to terminate the program. I'd like to argue against putting it just for 2020. That's legitimate.
It is. Yeah. So our language in our original ordinance says that council has an option every year to look at.
Okay, if we have an option to look at it, it's not required.
Maybe if you want to make it indefinite, just ongoing, but also add to that language that council can end it when they choose, but the year they end it should finish through that year, so that anyone who is planning doesn't get cut off without notice. And that way you can make it indefinite, but should council terminate it 2 years from now, it would go through December of that year, or 5 years from now through December of that year.
Well, council has the option to terminate it any year in December. Yeah.
Yeah, that way, from a planning standpoint, you know.
I can make a suggestion. It would even be, we go one step further, it goes through the end of the year, but no sooner than like 60 days. So just in case like somebody does buy a lot, say in December, and you know, council changed it to December, they thought 60 days to perform.
Well, I would think that council could do that just by, ending it by October.
I know, but the stress of some people, like right now, people being in limbo as far as purchasing property, like I have one contract contingent on it, and so that's just to take the stress off of that. They have a 60-day window, because that way you have enough time to go through the financing programs and mechanisms. So, but I like the idea of what you said, indefinite. Council could, you know, shut it off at the end of any given year. However, no sooner than 60 days from the road.
With the 60-day.
Would be beneficial. I'm just that would suit the business plan of a lot of banks and people.
Well, if we're talking about ending at the 31st of December, and they have through February.
It would be from the time you would vote, or whichever, but no sooner than 60 days.
You can end it on December 31st, and they would vote on it, you know, 2 days prior to October.
But the last minute vote like after an election or whatever, is voted like on December 1st, and it can't be changed until February 1st.
Yeah, it seems to me like there ought to be something in there that says that it has to be terminated by, you know, the second meeting of September or something like that, and then it would continue through that year.
That's good idea. That's good.
So,
I like it earlier too, because that eliminates election pressure of being a reason to.
yeah.
Right.
And you could do it earlier in the year if you chose to, but it would still run through the entire year.
Yeah, you can terminate it whenever you want.
Mm-hmm.
So you can terminate it in January, you can terminate it in February, whatever you want to do.
But it should run through the end of the year when you terminate it.
I like that too.
And just point of order, you mentioned September. Very fitting since we started it in September of 18.
Yeah.
It just happens to work out that way.
That's what I was
Or maybe,
gonna say. That makes sense.
Yeah, because if you just say terminated, you could be terminated in December.
Yeah, whenever you choose to terminate it in a given year, it would continue to run through to December of that year.
Well, what I mean is you could terminate it December 1st, and then you don't have a month.
No, I'm saying you have to terminate it by September.
Last day of September.
Okay, then, all right, then you go back and you've got to do it in September, and it will run through December.
It runs to the end of December.
yeah.
But then, what Rob is saying though, okay, you still need a buffer period.
They give it to you.
It's
Okay.
3 months, yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
but if somebody moves into town, or, comes into town, they buy a lot off you, and for, God knows, we have inclement weather, okay, and they can't get ground opened up, right, then, you know.
September 15th would be great, so if it's September 15th of, you know,
If they vote by September, that gives you all 3 months, it gives you through September.
Yeah. And technically, all they would have to do is start digging and would,
And I'm sure you can get a backhoe out and go a lot and start digging.
within 90 days.
Like, 1 yard of concrete, please.
Get a surveyor out there with a shovel.
Yeah.
That mailbox plan.
People laugh at those around.
Yeah.
So we've battered this around, but if you made the original motion.
Okay, let me modify the motion to say that, I'd like to make a motion to continue the freight under the existing conditions, for an indefinite period of time. Council looking at it, the council has the option of looking at it at any time. If it's canceled, it's got to be canceled in September, by mid-September, through council, and then it'll be terminated at the end of December.
I think if you, the last day of September.
Okay, last day.
September, you have a.
Yeah, and you'd still be able to terminate it anytime after that September date, it's just that it would then run through the next year.
Right. Yeah, so if you canceled it in October of 2021, it would run through December of 2022.
I will go ahead and second the amended version.
I hope it runs forever. Anything else to add to this? Roll call?
Hey, Mark, excuse me, just discussion time on that. Mark? Am I okay to vote on this, or should I abstain?
I would probably say abstain,
Okay.
as long as you're associated with the school.
Got it. This is really just a continuum, but I just want to make sure I'm right when I put into the living yard.
Right. Good point. Anything else? Roll call?
Becker,
Abstain?
Sauber,
Yes.
McBain,
Yes.
Liston,
Yes.
Bubs,
Looks like I have to abstain as well.
Fiona.
Yes.
For the passes, the extension goes with the majority.
I think dangerous precedent to council members to not be able to vote on something just simply because they working at the school. Or whatever that's worth. To represent the whole community, the school's a part of it.
position of the school could be different than council, and if it is, you got a definite conflict of interest.
I could see that if you were voting no, because the school is not wanting to, but voting for something, it's not going to benefit.
Well, if they're abstaining and the votes are counted, then you've got the votes counted towards it. They're just taking actually what I think is the proper position, any more than me as a school board member voting on anything to do with the CRA.
It would be, but taking it a step further, then you couldn't even give them advice on whether they should, because you are a school board member.
I am not give who advice on what.
Really? On what they should do, because you represent the school as well.
I don't represent the school as an attorney.
No, as a vote. It's even more so, it's the same thing that they just had to abstain from.
I'm abstaining from the school though. My position is I'm abstaining.
Yeah, I know, I'm just suggesting that maybe, I mean, advice shouldn't be given as it relates to the school from someone that's on the school board. To tell council members that they can't vote on something, that in and of itself could be taken. I'm just trying to, I don't wanna muddy the waters, but I think that it's a very bad precedent for a council member not to be able to vote on something because it affects the school, because the school is affected by every vote we do.
But this, I'm not gonna argue that this is the direct effect on the school as we discussed at nauseam. So I think the two people that are employed by the school feel that it's right to abstain. And honestly, I don't think my advice is improper. So I will disagree with you on that. You're entitled to your opinion, so am I.
Okay.
Anything else under yours? You'll receive the bill list for November 19th. Any comments or questions on it? There is no old business. Reading lines in the ordinance, can I have a motion to read them by title only?
Second.
Roll call.
Sauber,
Yes.
McBain,
Yes.
Lucy,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Noel,
Yes.
Becker,
Yes.
A motion to set a public hearing for January 7, 2019 at 7:15 p.m. regarding rezoning 28 acres from R3 to C4 for Firestone Homestead LLC.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments? Roll call.
McBain,
Yes.
Lucy,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Noel,
Yes.
Becker,
Yes.
Sauber,
Yes.
Ordinance number 19-0-3019, first reading. An ordinance establishing a wage schedule for certain full-time and part-time employees of the city of Columbiana.
So moved. Second.
Any comments? Roll call.
Lucy,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Noel,
Yes.
Becker,
Yes.
Sauber,
Yes.
McBain,
Yes.
Ordinance number 19-0-3020, first reading. An ordinance amending section 1 of ordinance number 18-0-2991, establishing rates of pay for part-time employees of the Firestone Pool for the city of Columbiana.
Second.
Comments? Have roll call.
Bob,
Yes.
Noel,
Yes.
Becker,
Yes.
Sauber,
Yes.
McBain,
Yes.
Lucy,
Yes.
Will there be action after this? Executive session.
I don't think there will be now.
Okay. Then we'll do council comments now.
I'd like to bring attention to, December 14th at 12 noon, for the Wreath Across America here in our own cemetery. We're going to have a small, ceremony, but, as life would have it, this is the first time that we are going to be doing this at Columbiana Cemetery, and I would like to invite all of the general public, to come out and, take part, if you have. Thank you.
Just a question on that. If you wanna buy a wreath for a family member's grave, you can get it at the American Legion, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And you made a donation even if you don't have a specific.
Yes.
You can go either way, but if you want a specific on your, are you guys, you're gonna try to cover all of the military people's grave sites, is that your goal?
Here in Columbiana.
Yeah, in Columbiana.
It doesn't mean that you cannot order one to be able to take to a family member's grave, elsewhere.
Okay.
And if you so desire to, off the slip that you fill out, on that particular day, you can present a wreath to that family member that has passed.
It's a very easy process, you do it online.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Good.
So the,
Is that the American Legion website?
I know it's on their Facebook page, the Wreath Across America,
Oh,
that they're
you look
doing, but if you go to Wreath Across America's website directly, you can look up the, post 290, and it'll give you the specific information you need to pay for it that way.
It's just a link. I think it's,
I think there's an advantage that, going through the Legion though, in that, I don't know what the specific program is, but they get some money back for every wreath they buy that they can then use to buy additional wreaths, so.
If you desire to purchase two, we get one, at no charge.
Oh, okay. Okay, so if I go down there and buy two,
They get one.
and you get one, I get two, you get one.
Correct.
Okay. There was, I'm just curious.
How much it is per week?
$15 a wreath.
When I talked to the commander, probably in September, something like that, it seemed like there was kind of a reach for the amount of money we needed to support that. Have we made that?
I don't know the exact amount that we have made, but, I know that, it's going strongly.
Last I saw, there was over 500 of the 900 we needed purchased.
I want to equate it to like our Veterans Day ceremony, when we were having, people call in, say that they were going to be there, and it was sitting at 150 the day before, and it jumped to 249 when we started on Veterans Day morning. So that's what I don't know if I'm right, I'm rolling the dice, but I anticipate this thing even going more. So.
I just want to reiterate, Lance talked about this last week, but Friday night is the Christmas parade, 6 o'clock. The Crown Theater and the special needs kids are the, what's they called?
Grand Marshal.
Grand Marshal. I think it's gonna be fantastic. I can hardly wait for it to happen. It's gonna be a great night. It's only gonna rain in the morning on Friday. That's what we've been told. So we hope that fixes it. And there's gonna be Clydesdale horses in the parade, and there's gonna be a lot of great things. So I highly advise that, you know, if you get a chance to come down, I think it's gonna be a great night. Another great night in Columbiana. Where is the parade at Main Street?
It starts down to Joshua Dixon School, comes up Salem, turns onto Main Street.
Right there.
And goes down to the post office.
So it's Salem and Main,
Yeah.
and it goes up to Main.
Yeah.
Because they said especially these kids, when they come through the circle, stop it.
Right.
Or come through, stop at the theater, so they could watch the whole parade before.
Yep.
So,
Hey, Skip,
sir.
if you'd like to march with us, we're gonna form up at 5:30 at Huntington Bank.
Yeah, I doubt there will, so I'll be,
Just wanted to give you the opportunity. Crystal, that goes for you. And Ted. Forgetting people.
Any other council comments? Anyone in the public want to address council tonight?
Just real quick, Dan, you said that was noon on the 14th?
Yes.
When you was getting married that day,
It's Saturday.
I need a motion to go into executive session regarding the discussion of personnel, section 121.22G1.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Noel?
yes.
Becker?
Yes.
Sauer?
Yes.
McBain?
Yes.
Liston?
Yes.